All right, it is time to do a range test of my Emmo E-Wild C2 e-bike, the new e-bike I picked up for bike packing. As you can tell, we got an absolute dumping of snow lately. All of this was nice and hard packed and condensed, but it has been like super warm yesterday and today, so it started to melt. So now it's like more of like a packing snow consistency, which is proving to be actually quite aggravating to ride on, because even though this is a fat tire e-bike, the treads aren't that deep. Yeah, all these paths are like super dangerous, so I'm getting off and just taking some roads. So definitely one learning with this bike already. It is not as good in snow as I was hoping. All right, I guess we're just gonna take a whole bunch of back roads and see if we can hit the range estimate that I'm aiming for. This is the 25 amp hour, 1.2 kilowatt hour battery. It's the top of the spec battery capacity. So we've got a lot of range to burn off. Based on my old e-bike, I'm estimating I'll get somewhere around 50 kilometers with this, but this could be more efficient than my old e-bike. I don't know. So that's what the range test today is all about. And it is winter conditions today. It's still about 0 degrees, right on freezing. So yeah, not exactly sure. I could get less, I could get more range than I'm expecting, but I'll stick close to home and check in about every 10 kilometers or so. I got the GPS recorder on my phone going.
It's the beat that feels just right. Oh yeah. It's the beat that feels just right. It's the beat that feels just right. Oh yeah. It's the beat that feels just right.
All right, we're at the 10 kilometer check-in, and this thing hasn't even lost a bar of the 5 bar battery gauge yet. So I think I'm gonna be out here for a while. The front shocks of this thing means it handles bumps a heck of a lot better than my old e-bike, that's for sure. Every single bump on my old e-bike would like rattle the entire frame. So we're a little over 20 kilometers into this little expedition, and it's a lot easier to eat up the miles on this thing compared to my electric skateboard or even my last e-bike. When I have smooth, uninterrupted road or trail, man, I just fly. It's easy to put 10K on this thing and not even realize it. And we're down to 3 of the 5 bars. And we lost that bar a couple kilometers ago, at least like 3 or 4 kilometers. So 5 bars, you assume that I'm expecting to get 10 kilometers out of each bar. Would give me 50 kilometers of range. I'm not quite getting the efficiency I was hoping for. All right, next 10K, let's do it. The chain fell off my my front sprocket here. Oh. There. Wasn't so bad. Yeah, so we are down to 2 bars, and we're not even halfway to the next 10K mark. We're only at like 25, 26 kilometers. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna hit the 50 kilometers I was hoping for, but we'll push it. We'll see how far it goes. It's already starting to feel super sluggish. It doesn't have anywhere near as much torque as it did on a full battery, that's for sure. All right, this range test might be over a little bit sooner than I thought. We've already gone down to just 1 bar remaining, and we haven't even hit 30 kilometers yet. So that's a little concerning, but we'll keep pushing until she runs dead. So we are officially 30 kilometers into this range test, and Yeah, we've been on the last bar of battery for the last 5 kilometers, so I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to my 50-kilometer range projection. Now, I have zero doubts that the cold ambient temperature is having something to do with it. The battery started out warm, but it's just natural that once it's out here, it's going to cold soak for a bit and drop down to the ambient temperature, which, as with all lithium batteries, certainly affects the range. It's cold, but it's not that cold. And I don't even have my backpacking gear with me, which is another 30-35 pounds of weight in winter, and adds some aerodynamic drag with everything kind of jutting out. So we'll definitely have to revisit this in the summer once the warmer weather hits, and I can get a more accurate summertime range estimate out of this thing. So I just started moving again, and I noticed that when I'm braking, the wheel is like moving to the side a little bit. So I don't think that this is clamped in all the way. Well, that could have been very dangerous, riding around on a loose, quick release front wheel. So let's tighten that up. I'm very glad I noticed this, because that could have been extremely dangerous. Can't go move now. Somehow, while we were screwing around with the front wheel there, we actually got ourselves our second battery bar back.
It's the beat that feels just right, mate. Oh yeah. It's the beat that feels just right.
That's it. It just cut out on me. I'm showing E on the speed. Yeah, no input response from the throttle. All right, we're pedaling now. So yeah, let's pull over and figure out what our final range was. All right, so final range readout, 32.18 kilometers. At about 0 degrees, started off warm, cold soaked outside during the entire range test. How long was I doing this range test for? I was out here for 2 hours and 15 minutes and hit a max speed of 39 kilometers an hour as verified by the GPS. So that's a little disappointing. I suspect it'll do better in the summer. We'll have to wait till the warm weather hits and we'll test. So let me know, did it do better or worse than you thought? So that's it for this one, guys. My fat ass has a couple kilometers to pedal home, which is gonna beat the crap out of me. And I'll see you guys in the next one.